Hello everybody, Trevor here. In my last top 3, I talked about the best voices for Thomas the Tank Engine. Recently, I got a request from another user to do the same with Percy the Small Engine. And you know what? That sounds like a great idea. I'll definitely do a top 3 best Percy voices video. So, let's get chugging. Number 3. Christopher Ragland. Like Joseph May as Thomas, I find Christopher Ragland an awesome choice for Percy in the US dub. He sounds a lot like Martin Sherman, but with a more comedic tone to his voice, as well as making him a little more youthful than he already was. However, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Even though Martin Sherman was a decent voice for Thomas, Percy, and Diesel, but I actually do feel bad for him because he was mistreated by the production team of Hit Entertainment, and that's why he left. I hope he's doing okay now. Number 2 is Nigel Pilkington. This guy started voicing the character since the beginning of season 19 of the UK dub of the show. And, to be honest, I think he does a pretty good job as Percy. His voice reminds me of a lot like Piglet from Winnie the Pooh, which does make sense since both characters have the same personality. I also think he does a pretty decent voice with Trevor the Traction Engine in the CGI era. But the funny thing is, both he and Christopher Ragland voiced Trevor in the respective dubs of the show. Isn't that interesting? Before I get to my number 1 pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Martin Sherman. I don't want to repeat myself here, so go back if you want to hear my thoughts on him again. Michael Angelis. No offense to him, but I actually agree with the test audience that he made Percy sound too old. However, I do think he would have made a much better James than Thomas Magic Riddle because it makes him sound more masculine. Linda Balantine. This voice actress was the first to voice Percy in the franchise. I think she does an okay job with Percy, even though it wasn't a very good British accent, but hey, at least she's trying. And the number 1 spot is a tie of 2, between Keith Wickham and Rob Rackstraw. I don't know about you guys, but I think both of these actors are the best voices for the character. Why? Because I always picture Percy with a more youthful but squeaky voice. I just think he sounds better that way. But the strange thing is, Rob Rackstraw only voices Percy in the Learning with Thomas videos on YouTube. I honestly don't see why they had to replace Keith Wickham with Rob Rackstraw for this series. Although Rob is a very good Percy and James, but there are some characters I think are better off if they were still voiced by Keith himself, such as Sir Topham Hatt, aka the Fat Controller. But aside from those problems, I still think both Keith and Rob are the best voices for Percy when it comes to the CGI series. So there you have it, my top 3 best voices for Percy the Small Engine. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I also would like to know which of these actors you think did a better job as the Little Green Engine. Oh, and I have a question for you guys. Would you like for me to do a top 3 voices for James next? Let me know because I'm kind of interested. This is Trevor Davis, signing off.
Don't call me Dirty Percy!